Good morning. I am John. Today is Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. Would you believe today has been exactly 4 weeks since I was laid off of my career of 16 years and I decided to pursue my dream of full-time content creation instead of jumping into another job? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. It's been kind of a whirlwind. It's gone by fast. And you know what's cool is that as of today, I probably feel the best about this venture, the best that I've felt since it started 4 weeks ago. Man, I'll get to why in a second, but I had an amazing day yesterday. Nothing major has happened, but just developments in terms of strategy and stuff. I'll get to it. Anyway, before I get into that and updates and stuff, I have to do a real quick shout out to Rick L. Man, Rick is a longtime GenXGrownUp follower and listener and stuff. And plus, we worked together in a previous life. I knew him well when we worked together probably 12 years ago or so, actually at the job that I was let go from some time ago. He went on to do other stuff in television, but we stayed close, just through social media like you do with people, now that you have social media and you can stay close with people that otherwise you'd lose contact with. But man, he's been an ardent, just enthusiastic fan, and he's been posting and reposting on his social media anything. I mean, I see it all over Rick, I see you all over the place. I see you on Twitter, I see you on Facebook, I see just wherever I see you. Your generosity, awesome, amazing, thank you. I want to call you out because it's every time I see something, I'm like, there's Rick doing more stuff. What a guy. Anyway, thank you for that. Anyway, so let's get into the update part. So yesterday I published another one of those repurposed shorts. We talked about those short videos, which come into play further down in my story here. I finished that product review that I talked about. It was it's another one of those little tiny arcade machines called Caveman Ninja. Anyway, I did a review for it. As always, I'll throw a link up there if you want to see the stuff that we're doing. It's doing pretty well so far. For us, it's on an upswing. I ran the thumbnail generation through the content coach to say, hey, what do I do? And make this bigger, larger, change the color kind of thing to, grab attention, composition, things like that. It seems to be doing okay. It's not gangbusters, but it's definitely in the top, it's probably in the top 2 or 3 of the most recent long form videos I've posted. It's doing good. So anyway, the thing that really made my day yesterday was I told you that we had a call with a social media coach. Well, that was a very kind of cursory thing to say, that it's cool the way life works sometimes, people and things like that. The content media coach was very much an understated way of saying that I have a friend that I've known for 30 plus years, forever, since I was in college. We still stayed in contact, and like 14 years ago or so, he did kind of what I'm doing, except he didn't go into content creation. He went into social media management, and he was generous enough to say, yeah, I'll talk to you guys about how you can use social media to help drive stuff. And first of all, he's like, I'll help you with whatever you want. Just let me know. Or if you want to hire us, of course, I'm a company. But he spent an hour with us on the phone, like, you can do this with this kind of Facebook ads and, position yourself here. And here's how you can use Instagram and Twitter a little more. And look, I don't know everything, but what I did learn is I probably learned like 4 or 5 bullet points of stuff that I had no idea of. And it opens up the world like, oh my goodness, like how little things like trivia that crystallized, knowledge that crystallized trivia I had heard before. Like, you might know that Facebook is the #1 place to reach our demographic. Like the over 35 crowd are more likely to have a Facebook account because they know Facebook and they don't want to change and go to TikTok, Twitter, Instagram kind of thing. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so we can focus some on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, did you know you can take your content and copy it to Facebook and like monetize it there as well later and reach an entirely different audience? And I'm like, what? It's not just that one thing. It's like there's another like half dozen of those things that he opened my eyes to, and it was. If you happen to be watching these, I don't know if you are or not, Kevin, but if you're watching these, my friend Kevin, wow, you made my day yesterday. That was just awesome. And we've talked about, look, I'm gonna make sure that we make sure we value his time, and even if he's just helping us, we want to make sure that we pay him for the effort he's putting in. But he didn't ask for anything, right? That's just how good friends are. They're like, how can I help you? And it was great. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. It made my day. It was great. It opened up my eyes to other things that we can be doing. Like, it's more work, but as I told him, it's like, I can do anything, I just can't do it all at once. So he advised us on kind of like, well, try these things and these things and these things, and how to spend our war chest to double down and make advertising work for us. And like, okay, ramble. It was an awesome call. It made my day. It was really cool. Okay, today, let's talk about today. I already prepared another one of those little short videos because I had to make sure at least that gets out every single day, because those are a possibility for quick turnaround, big bucks, a big bang for my buck, I should say. No big bucks, it's like 4 cents. But I mentioned that would come into play again later. Like, one of the many things that he shared with us was like, Facebook has this thing called Reels, which you've seen them. Look, if you're on your phone, the vertical videos they go by, you swipe them by real fast. I learned that I can take those same short videos that I'm making for very little effort, that's repurposing our old content that I'm using on Facebook or using on YouTube for one thing. I can take those and publish them on Facebook as a reel and further drive engagement to our Facebook page. And if someone likes our Facebook page, that means they see more of our content because we're in their feed. It's just, again, Kevin made my day. Great call. The other thing I'm going to focus on today, I mentioned yesterday, look, the new podcast is recorded. I've got to get it edited. I used to do that kind of guerrilla warfare during meetings and stuff, or between meetings, like I said. Now I'm going to focus on, a solid like hour and a half, and see how long it takes me really to concerted get that done. And I'm going to stream that on Twitch for sure. Look, it's a weird time of the day for productivity, but you never know. People watching Twitch all over the world all day long. And so, plus I've learned in the past, when I have streamed my editing to like a live stream on Discord or whatever, I'm more motivated to keep going because somebody's watching. I don't know why, but in my head, it's easier to stick to tasks. So I'm going to do that today and focus on it and see, if it gets to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm just exhausted, I have to do something else, well, I'll pause and finish it tomorrow. But I'm gonna see how much I can get done today. Podcast doesn't come out every Thursday, so I've definitely got to get a rhythm where getting that done fits into the rest of my kind of production and social media and whatever schedule. So got to get that underway. That's the big task for today. Interestingly enough, I wanted to share that thanks to all of you guys and some sage advice from my daughter, something I've started to do over on the regular YouTube channel is something I never thought of, it never occurred to me before, is when I started doing any kind of content creation like 5 years ago, standing in front of a camera by myself in an empty room, talking to someone to try to be engaging, I used my brain from working in broadcast television. Like, I'm a presenter. I'm modeling myself after all of these great talented people that I've worked with over the years. And what didn't, and so that worked. But what didn't occur to me is there's another approach. See, I thought that's, just in my mind, that's how you present. That's how you do things. But through the success of this vlog, where I'm being very candid and I don't mind tripping over some words and going, like, I would have edited all that out of any other video I'd ever done. If you stumble over something or whatever, I would clean that up because it's unprofessional. But what people started telling me recently is, I like these because it feels more personal and it doesn't feel so turned on. It just feels conversational. And it's something my daughter said to me over lunch last week. She's like, those are cool. You should just be more extemporaneous and just kind of off the cuff and go ahead and go, I'm not sure what to say, and then say it kind of thing in your regular videos. And so I did that for the last couple, and I think that's working. I mean, first of all, objectively, it's less work because I don't have to go back and retake until I get it perfect. But two, a few people have said they noticed that in those last couple of videos I felt like friendlier and more accessible and that kind of thing. Not like I was ever being mean or inaccessible, but there's something about someone talking naturally, I guess, that's I guess it's more, I don't know, it makes sense. It makes sense in my monkey brain. I never thought about it any other way than like, this is the way to do things. And turns out that's not the only way to do things. And I'm trying something else thanks to listening to all input that I get, and things are working. So that on top of everything else, to summarize, who'd have thought 4 weeks, go back and look at the first, week of videos where, I'm objectively kind of a wreck because I'm just so without a rudder. And now, I had the power, but I wasn't steering anywhere in particular. And now I feel like we've got a rudder in the water and we have a direction. And I don't know if we can get there or not, but by God, we have the best shot possible and the tools that we need. This is going to be a fun ride. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad I'm still here, but I'm glad you're still here too. I mean, this might be something. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe not. We're about to find out. Okay. Hey, it's time for me to get to work. I got to get set up and start streaming and editing that podcast for Thursday, which, by the way, was a fun record. I think it's going to be a great show. Look, hey, if you tuned in to watch this vlog today, thank you so much. It means the world to me that you're here. If you watch every day, if you're one of those folks that are here every day sticking with me, I love you. Thank you so much. We're going to have a fun trip. This is going to be good. All right. Hey, please treat yourself wonderfully today. Have an excellent day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.